So don't let the background fool you. I'm not actually making a video about Dark Souls 3 just yet. Maybe in the future, but right now I just needed a background to kind of give my update in. I didn't really just kind of want to have this be over random game footage in the background. So here's essentially a bit of a ramble slash update since, well, I kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a month. Uploaded videos from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that I recorded months ago and then never uploaded because, well, real life took over on account of work and just, I don't know, felt like I needed to take a break. I just didn't really want to record single player games. Like, don't get me wrong, playing single player games is all well and fine. I'm perfectly fine with it, but at the same time, it's kind of a lot. It feels a lot better to just play with friends, you know? Which admittedly is why I've been playing Dark Souls 3 co-op. Because, having friends makes the game slightly less terrifying in comparison. I should know, my most recent character, I've been trying to not do co-op, and basically I've been stuck on Vort for the past 2 hours. He's killed me about a dozen times already, and yeah, it's not been going good. Maybe it's my own dumbass fault for picking Harold. Anywho. So yeah, like I said, this is a bit of an update slash ramble. So, first sort of order of business to cover Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the game. I really do. But it's just, I don't know, it's not quite having the same vibe, you know? Like, I just haven't really felt compelled to play it like I did with Ghost of Tsushima. Or, hell, even Cyberpunk at the start of things before I finally decided to, just cut it short. I have been having fun with Valhalla. I really have, but I just. I think I need to take a break from it. Because the game is so friggin' massive, and I'll probably be playing it for a year at this point. So, yeah, that's part one of this little update, is that Valhalla is going to go on hiatus for the time being. It'll come back. Don't worry about that. It will come back. Just I don't know when yet. And similarly, on us, since I did mention it, on the note of Cyberpunk, I'm still waiting for the right moment to start that back up because I don't know, the game still seems to be in a not so great state. On the one hand, it has finally come back to the PlayStation Store last month, but on the other hand, there is a, big warning slapped on the store page saying, buy at your own risk. This game is not ready. Which, I don't know, when you have that on the front page of your, store page for your game, that's not exactly a good thing. So yeah, second order of business on that is that Cyberpunk is still going to happen, but I'm still waiting for the game to actually, be done first. So on another note, as you've probably heard, Ghost of Tsushima has been announced to be getting a director's cut, which you can either buy as a standard game, full price, $59.99, or possibly $69.99 on PS5, or it can be bought as a standalone upgrade to the base game for $10 for PS4 or $20 for PS5. And this comes with, new optimizations and stuff for the PS5, but also it comes with a new island to explore around in, new story expansion. The island is Ikishima? Ikishima? I'm pretty sure it has Shima in the name, but I just don't know the name of the island. As well as also there will be new content for Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the multiplayer mode. which that I'm really excited for, in addition to the story stuff. So Ghost of Tsushima will be making a comeback, probably not long after it comes out, because the expansion comes out in August, I believe. And depending on where I'm going to be for vacation, or when I get back, I might not be able to do a day one stuff for the director's cut, but I will, at the very least, be able to do it sort of within the general time frame that it comes out. Hopefully. I still haven't even finished all the New Game Plus stuff. I haven't even actually started the New Game Plus for Ghost of Tsushima, since I still wanted to find a bunch of the stuff, the masks and the sword kits and whatnot. I still need to do that, but now that I think about it. So yeah, Ghost of Tsushima will be coming back with the director's cut. And I will be doing gameplay on that, as well as the new Legends stuff when it comes out as well. And speaking of Legends, I am still working on the beginner's guides for the classes. Samurai is going to be next, and I've got most of the footage, and I have the voiceover scripts written out. I mainly just need to make sure that I've got everything and then start editing out. And considering that the beginner's guides take a lot more time and effort to edit out compared to a just standard video of mine where I just kind of, play through the game and talk, ramble, and crack occasional jokes and JoJo references. With the beginner's guides, I got to do a little bit more work at it, splicing together footage, doing a lot more editing efforts instead of just, playing a game, voicing over, slapping in between an intro and outro and calling it a day. Hopefully I will be able to get the Samurai Guide up within a week. Maybe. Hopefully, it all depends on my work schedule and also the fact that I've recently joined an old friend of mine in a Dungeons & Dragons group, so that might also be a factor. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima Legends and the director's cut will be making a comeback. Next on the list is the Predator Hunting Grounds, because I will be coming back to that for another video, as a new DLC released, a Fireteam with the Isabel DLC, which I have recently purchased, and I will be doing a video on that. It probably won't be anything special, it'll probably be similar to the previous Fireteam, DLCs, the Dutch ones, where I talk about, the stats of the class, my opinions on, how the character looks, thoughts on how they might play, look over the new weapon, maybe glance over some of the customization options, that kind of thing. Isabel, I will admit, I am looking forward to. On the one hand, female fire team, and on the other hand, she apparently has a really powerful explosive sniper rifle, which I think might be kind of fun to mess around with. Sorry. So expect a video on that shortly-ish, within another day or two. I'm gonna get working on that. Not sure if it'll be tomorrow that I record it, or the day after, but I will get it up sometime this week. In other news, honestly, it's still just trying to figure out what I want to play, because there's a lot of games that I do want to do playthroughs of on my channel. As you can see, based on, what's on the screen, I do want to do Dark Souls at some point, but, well, honestly, that's going to be interesting to say the least, because probably be a lot of salt and a fairly high death counter. We'll have to see on that, and it'll probably be a cumulative one. And I've got other games I want to play on my channel too. Death Stranding is still on the list, as well as, let's see, what is it? Yeah, Call of Cthulhu. That's another one I want to do. Probably around Halloween time for that. And the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and also Middle-earth: Shadow of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Vampire. Hell, I even might do God of War at some point, as we get closer to Ragnarok. I also do want to get back to the Borderlands series with playing co-op with friends, but well, unfortunately that's not exactly easy to coordinate, and I don't even know if Wolfie and JJ still have the Handsome Collection installed anymore. I think Trex does, because I played pre-sequel with them recently, but I don't know. And now that thanks to Dark Souls 3, I've gotten a bit of a healthy appreciation for Soulsborne games, I do want to get back to Darksiders 3 at some point. But it does feel kind of weird playing Darksiders 3, so, considering that it's number 3. So I'm also planning on doing Darksiders War Mastered Edition and Darksiders Definitive Edition, which still weird names. Possibly making a series out of it. I'm also thinking of doing Dark Souls 2, 1, 2, and 3 at some point. Possibly Bloodborne 2. It'd be a ways off though on those though, because well, I don't own the other 3 of those 4. All I've got right now is Dark Souls 2, 3 with all of the expansions. And speaking of other future series, I will be doing an Arkham series at some point. Specifically, well, mainly the 3 that are available on PS4. Return to Arkham, Return to Arkham Asylum, and Return to Arkham City, as well as Arkham Knight. It's a bit of a shame that Origins never made it to PS4. But I plan to do those at some point as a kind of Road to series, specifically for Gotham Knight, which is kind of made by the same people, kind of similar free roam-ish Batman and flow fighting game, but it's also going to be co-op, and you can choose between one of 4 players: Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, or Red Hood. Me and Wolfie have already talked about it. We're planning on doing a co-op playthrough of that once it comes out. I don't remember who he called dibs on. I think he was either Nightwing or Robin, and I called dibs on Red Hood, and I guess also Batgirl by default. Let's face it, I want the guns. So hopefully, once we know a bit more about that, maybe we'll be able to pull something off of that. And I also do want to do one game in particular, but we still don't know when it's going to come out because it's been delayed indefinitely at this point because they decided to scrap everything and start over from scratch. But, well, here's to hoping that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 actually comes out at some point. And finally, there will also be more Red Dead Online content, because there is going to be a new update coming out, the Blood Money update, dropping actually in 2 days, so might be doing some recording for that. Essentially, a lot of new kind of crime themed stuff, like you can actually rob things now, possibly do extortions, debt collecting, larger scale heists, maybe? Sort of working for the Mafia in Saint Denis from Guido something, I think his name is he's a second in command of... what's his name? Friggin'... I can't remember his name. So I'll put it up on the screen once I remember what his name is, but the Mafia guy from the story mode. So all in all, that update sounds like it might be kind of fun. The problem is, it's also Rockstar, so temper your expectations. But here's to hoping we'll be able to have some new stuff to do, and I'll try and record some stuff for a couple of Red Dead Online shenanigans videos. It's probably going to be one recording session that's going to be purely with, Rory, Seven, them, and another session purely recorded with Wolfie, Trex, Toucan, that kind of thing. Or maybe I'll splice it together. We'll see. And I also have a new look because, it's me, Red Dead Online. I gotta change my look every freaking, month or so. I also do have some lingering footage from various recorded funny moments and such, so I'll probably try and splice those together for a montage at some point. So, yeah, that's basically it. So, for those who kind of wanted a too long, didn't listen, essentially, Valhalla going on hiatus for the time being. Cyberpunk still on hiatus, probably unlikely to change. Ghost of Tsushima, we'll be returning to that for the new story expansion from the director's cut, as well as Legends content, and the, last two beginner's guides I need to do. More Red Dead Online content for the new update that may or may not be great, and will probably make or break the game. We will see. And finally, Darksiders at some point for a series, and an Arkham series at some point for preparation for Gotham Knights. Oh, and Dark Souls 3 at some point or another. So yeah, that's kind of the general gist of this, and this has been my July 2021 update ramble. I need a better name for this, honestly. So yeah, that's kind of what's going to be going on with the channel. I'm going to try and upload more frequently and get back into the habit. Unfortunately, real life will probably interfere, and I am going to be out of town for 3 weeks at some point in the near future, and we'll have to see if I'm able to record during that time on account of, being out with family. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Please stay safe, have fun, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now.